Okay guys, so I am out here with the Birch hunting e-bike. And my first impressions is it is a massive bike. I guess it makes sense because it's meant for 400-pound payload. So like the average. Anyway, so this is really cool. I think they govern it to 28 miles an hour to keep it street legal. It's got 2 hub motors, so it's 2-wheel drive. And you have the option to switch from front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive, which is really cool.
So I haven't really ridden any e-bikes, but this being my first experience, I was very impressed by how well this thing just ate these hills on this trail. I honestly don't think I came across a hill that it couldn't climb, and if it was struggling even a little bit, I could finish it off with pedaling. So this bike is kind of marketed towards outdoor hunter types. I'm not sure how well it would pull a 200-pound deer, but it'll definitely get you to that secluded fishing spot.
So this thing is pretty impressive, I won't lie. I guess just a couple of things that I noticed, but have nothing to do with performance. I think it's pretty amazing how well this thing's doing on the trails. But some things that I just want to point out. So a big feature of this bike is having, being able to dynamically control front wheel and rear wheel drive. One thing is though, if you want to switch from, maybe just rear wheel drive to front wheel drive, you have to go into a menu. So you have to go to advanced settings, and then you have to go down to drive mode, and then from there click it, and then you can switch it. Anyway, to me, if that's such a big feature on this bike, then I think it should be its own, maybe have its own selector switch or something. But honestly, not a big deal. You'll probably end up leaving it in whatever wheel drive you want it for the whole time anyway. So the other thing is, so you do have keys, and they're just to unlock the battery tray. So if you're gonna have keys, why not have it so that it's actually the security for the bike? Right now, without the keys, you can still run the bike and drive it just fine. Otherwise, this thing's awesome. I think I'm gonna just keep riding it.
So this bike does have a Shimano 9-speed derailleur, but I did notice that you would get that clinking noise sometimes. I think it usually happened when I was downshifting and going up hills, but for the most part I could change gears and then change back into gears and it would go away. And you can see here it went up this hill no problem. The camera doesn't do it justice, but this was a really steep hill. The bike also has a torque sensor in the pedal system, so when the bike is on and you start to pedal, it'll just start automatically helping you. And it's also selectable, so you can actually choose how much you want the bike to assist you on a scale of 1 to 5. Like I said, the bike is around 100 pounds, so it's not too hard to lift and move around, and that's kind of thanks to the completely aluminum frame.
As far as I know, I don't think any electric bikes have regenerative braking. This thing's going to be off-road and you're going on hills, up and down hills, using the brakes a lot. The technology's there, maybe just add some sort of regenerative feature.
I don't know. It would just be cool. Maybe they make bikes already with regenerative braking, but I just am not in the space enough to know about it. But it would be pretty darn cool, wouldn't it? Another nice feature is it has that little chain tensioner in the middle you can see. And that definitely helps with probably going through tall grass and making sure you don't get stuff stuck in the chain, or just general clearance. And like I said, this is the first e-bike I've ever really used, and for some reason in my head I always felt like they weren't as capable as gasoline bikes and scooters and things like that, but this has definitely changed my mind. It's kind of fun just zoning out and letting the bike do all the work on all these little trails. Yep, I hit a tree. So here I'm just kind of testing range. When I started this video, I was at 100% battery, and so I just took the bike out as far as I wanted to go. And so I rode around for about maybe 30 minutes or so, 35 to 40 minutes. And so after I got home, I checked the battery, and we were at, even after all that riding, we're about 93%. That's pretty impressive. They say it has an 85-mile range, and I'm assuming that's probably with pedal assist, but there's also an option to get a secondary battery, which would be pretty cool. The front shocks are definitely very robust. They're the 180 millimeter suspension, and I think that suits the weight of this bike and the weight of the rider really well. And it's fully adjustable too. So with no pedaling, I just want to see how quick this thing accelerates to top speed. The first one was about 14 seconds to make 28 miles an hour. Mind you, this isn't fully charged. We are at at this point, we're at 92%. On the second run, the speed maxed out at 27.7. I might have been going slightly uphill this time, but either way, I think those are still pretty good numbers.
Well, guys, that is it for the Birch Grolar E-bike review. If it seemed like something you're interested in and you want a robust bike to take on some trails, be sure to check out the link below, and you can use my little discount code and get yourself like $300 off or something like that, which is pretty great. Also, check out my next video because we are making a little accessory for that bike so that it becomes a hybrid, gas and electric. So be sure to click somewhere around here for the other video.